sales process started, Gay and I had long since decided that we were going to move, and it was only just recently that we really applied ourselves to cleaning the house up and finding another place. And so then we emailed a number of agents and asked if they'd be interested in talking to us about selling our house. We've lived here for 30 years, we built the house, it's the only house we've lived in, and it was a big decision, first house we'd sold, so we had no experience with agents. It was a trial and trepidation, I suppose, and quite an interesting learning curve, but pleasant as well. I think the agent made that pleasant. I think there are a couple of factors. I think one of the main ones were we were of a similar age. I apologise. I know that I'm older, but I think dealing with someone a little bit older than a couple of the other agents, because we contacted 3 agents. Our solicitor said, make sure you interview 3 agents. We interviewed 3 agents. We felt more affinity, I think, to begin with, that we were dealing with somebody closer to our own age. And then Paul and Chad didn't come across as real estate agents. The picture that I had in my mind, I just had a preconception. Chad and Paul just blew it out of the water. They were just lovely, lovely chaps. And I think they went out of their way to make us feel relaxed. And we felt the situation was one where they gave empathy for our situation, and we respected that. And Gay and I spoke later that we felt really more comfortable with Chad and Paul than we had with other agents that we'd spoken to. I think so. I think Gay and I, when we built the house, we purposely aimed to end up with a house that reflected not so much our values, but the way that we like to live. And so we knew from a long time ago that when we came to sell the house, it probably wouldn't appeal to a family that had young children, toddlers, because I think with all of the levels and the small yard, if the family was a little bit older and the boys into exploring, then this would be fabulous with the bush and under the house and all of the other areas. So we think it would have polarised people. They would have loved it or they wouldn't have loved it. And we kind of figured that if somebody did love it, like we did, it might be an easy sale. Because we put our heart and soul into this place. It was easy for us. I don't think it was easy for Paul and for Wiseberry, because they had to keep the ball rolling and pull all of the strings together so that all of the interested parties were in the one place. A Gay made a comment to me at one stage where she said, Paul made this happen. And we could see that with the number of emails and the contacts that Paul was making, photography, building inspections, answering questions from the buyer. It was easy for us because we were once removed from that, but Paul and Wiseberry did the heavy lifting for us. Easy for us, and we're happy with the outcome. It was great. We loved the photos. We sent the link to everybody we know of the photographs, and everybody that came back said, wow, your house looks great in the photographs. We made sure that it was uncluttered, but the lighting and the angles, it just showed our house beautifully. And the wording of the house as well. We were totally happy with the way that it didn't say anything false. It didn't put bling or gloss. It just said, this is our house. This is what a person could expect, which is important. The description, the photos, it showed our house to its best. Its truthful best. A couple of days. I think we had decided to list the house. Wiseberry then put the wording together for the ad. I believe a young chap that had missed out on a couple of purchases, and so he was the first person that saw it, and he was the person that made the greatest offer. Even though we hadn't accepted the offer until after the open day, he then matched the best offer. We're just glad, actually, we're glad that we got a price that we think is fair, and it's going to a buyer that really loves the place. All we learned about negotiating for selling a house is what we read on the internet. So as far as negotiation goes, we were being guided. I think we were being guided by someone that I'd be happy to call a mentor in that regard. We were in the driver's seat, and that Wiseberry was working for us, and that they would do what we said, within reason, obviously. We were just after a fair price. And I think the guidance that we got from Paul and Wiseberry resulted in that outcome. Totally upbeat, totally enthusiastic. A team of happy people. That's the way we saw it. The caravan, Paul's caravan, came through and had a look at the house, which was great training for them, and it was great for us to meet the team. And without exception, everybody was smiling, everybody was happy, and we felt the energy from that team. There was a synergy about that team. Everybody was happy, everybody was excited and enthusiastic, and I think that flowed onto us. We felt that we were in good hands. We felt that we were with an enthusiastic team that were going to do what it took to get us across the line. I think there was a lot of combined experience and a lot of training going on, and it was quite a pleasant experience, more than I thought. Very happy, very happy. For us, it came in a number of parts. One was the process, because we didn't know what a selling process was, so we were very happy in the way that we were treated, the empathy, the respect, the professionalism. Look, I won't say I was expecting a used car salesman. I just didn't know. I was totally blown away by the professional approach that Chad and Paul took, their style in dealing with us. They made us feel very comfortable. So that was one aspect. Another aspect was the price. We were happy with the price that we got. We think it's fair. And the fact that it's going to a person that really loves the house, that was important for us as well, because we've put a lot of love into this house over the years, and it was important to us to feel that it was going to somebody that would feel something like we feel towards the house. So those three things, I think, ticked the three boxes that we needed ticking, and the outcome couldn't have been better. Definitely recommend Wiseberry. Now, I would say we were told to interview 3 agents, which we did. I would say to anybody that's selling their house, Wiseberry should be on that list, top of the list to speak to, absolutely. I would do it again with Wiseberry. Nobody else on the list, just Wiseberry.